what started out as an editing job back in the lockdown days, and soon after making many property tour videos together, sharing real estate business topics with each other, and watching this person do what he does while learning from him, being featured in a talk show that was like last year together, and now finally after a year apart, we meet each other again in this podcast. I have grown a little, gained a little kg, and he has lost a lot of kgs.
Have I?
So today we're going to be talking about team management, marketing, and overcoming the current global recession we are heading to. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in the show, we have Kevin Teh.
Hey guys. Hey guys.
All
Hey,
right.
guys.
So, Kevin, how you been?
Yes. Very good, very good.
How was your morning today?
Morning has been very productive, actually.
Okay, so if people are watching this from YouTube channel, right? If you see me and my hair like tired as hell because we just finished a back-to-back shoot, and this is like the third day straight we are shooting. So, please be kind in the comment section below. So, Kevin, before we start into the main topic today, can you give us a little introduction of yourself?
Okay, my name is Kevin Teh. I'm a property agent since 2012. But before that, I studied civil engineering in UK, then went to New Zealand to continue my studies, then became an engineer by trade for 5-6 years. Then I came back, did some work in engineering as well. Then I found my passion in sales.
Okay.
Right? So looked around, I looked at insurance, unit trust, real estate. So in the end, I chose unit trust and real estate. But real estate is actually my most active income producer.
But what actually made you decide that you are good in sales?
What made me decide? Actually, it's not what made me decide. Is more like how I want to sort of continue on with my life, my whole journey. What made me most happy about, right? So what made me most happy about is actually more like servicing people, giving people good service, and then connecting with people, and then making people, well, you can say it very generally, making people happy, right? More sense of fulfillment. So that's what I got into sales. Yeah.
Okay. So how long you been in this real estate industry?
Since 2012. So since
Wow, 10 years! Wow.
Yeah,
Reaching
10
a
years.
decade. Oh my God. Was
Yes.
it which month you started? Remember?
Which part?
No, which month?
Which month? Actually, I looked at my Google Photos. 10 years ago, around this time, was the time that I actually started. That time was June 2012.
Wow.
I did a very long, intensive training in my first ever agency. That's how it got me started, like professionally trained.
So how's that journey been so far?
Well, it's been good. Well, not every time is smooth sailing, but the main thing is actually a lot of challenges. But how you get through the challenges is actually find solutions. Yeah, I'm more solutions oriented type of person. Whenever there's a challenge, face it, find solution, move on.
All right. So, listeners, if you are listening today, we brought Kevin in is just for the main reason because I've seen him do this firsthand with my own two eyes. So that's why it's I feel as though he will be the most valuable person for this topic for today. So, we're gonna be talking about team management. How you gonna be managing your own team if you're a first-time team leader, and how do you recruit your team members, and how do you talk to them and all. And before that, I want to ask you, like, how long did you take from starting out, from as a first-time agent until a team leader?
Can I tell you a story?
Sure. Better.
Maybe. Well, it's a real life story, which is myself, honestly.
A long time ago.
A long time ago, really. A long time ago. When I first started 2012, I was more like really like a student. Really absorb myself with a lot of knowledge to get to know how to do sales every day morning, and I'll just check into the office at 9 a.m. You can ask my previous managers. Yeah, check in at 9 a.m., flip through the newspapers.
Newspapers.
Yeah, back then you have to look through newspapers, classifieds in the Star, right? So what I did was look for all the properties to try to list, right? Back then was just the start of WhatsApp, honestly. Like, not that popular, just Baru startup.
I think start of the 3G era, I guess.
Yes, yes, yes. So that's how I got into this technology side whereby everything needs to be fast. So in terms of doing sales, I was really into doing sales back then in a sense that everything just using technology because you just have to adapt new things. So when I did my sales, everything I tried to digitize. So it just improves the efficiency when I was doing sales. But up to a point where when I first started was everywhere in Klang Valley, all the listings also I did.
Was it back then? iProperty, was it a thing?
It was the thing and it was so affordable back then. Really, it was really so affordable. I was thinking, oh, the ROI back then was very good. Yeah. So, yeah, but then when I started off, it's across the whole Klang Valley. So it's from Port Klang all the way until KL, then down to Seri Kembangan. Everywhere also I did. So my manager was concerned about
Your health.
not my health, about how everywhere also I do. I must be like running everywhere like crazy. I remember I was driving my Vios like running everywhere, even through the jam, from morning until late night. Every day I did. But then market was really good, right? Everywhere you did your listing, you closed very quickly. Yeah, so that's how I did my sales. But then after a while, I felt burnt out. So I started thinking maybe I should start to recruit. So I sort of switched agency and started working on my team, starting to build a team.
How long was it though?
That was okay. From 2012 to 2016, I was pretty much like a lone ranger.
4 years,
4 years.
Wow.
Doing like hardcore myself only. But then it was a lot of free time because I didn't have to report to anyone. Yeah. But then when the workload became more, I had to start to build a team. So that's when I started to recruit like massively.
Okay.
But then recruiting people is one thing, training people is another thing.
Yes.
Motivating people is another thing. And then keeping people in the same wavelength as you to do the same thing every single day, whereby they need to see the price right at the end of it. If they don't see it,
Making sure they're happy as well.
making sure they're happy. Yes. That's why we don't only talk about real estate, about business, about work. Sometimes we have to add in a few
Yamcha a bit,
elements of entertainment.
Yamcha a bit,
Yamcha a bit, really. In Chinese, we call King Samsi. Really like talk heart to heart with our team members. Yeah. So that's what I did for my team members.
Okay, so speaking of recruitment, right? How do you? Now it's just I don't know what I'm looking at it. Come sign up. Tomorrow you become team agent ready. So is it like more easier compared to like last time?
Well, back then it was easy. Now it's easier, but people come very easy, but they
Come and
go
go
very easy also. Yeah.
So the turnover rate is quite high lah.
Turnover rate is considered okay lah. Now I think it's okay because after a while of building teams, we know who we want to recruit. Back then was just whoever want come and join first lah. Come and join first. But the thing is, if you qualify too much into detail, it means you never get new team members. So what I think is that you are. I don't know whether you guys listen about Gary Vaynerchuk. Right.
Of course. I mean, people don't know Gary V or Gary Vaynerchuk. Please go, check him out.
Yes, because he is very motivational in a sense that do what you actually like to do. Right. That's the build according to your passion. So what I did was actually when I hire people, right, you are actually hiring. What I say is, hiring is guessing, firing is knowing.
Yes,
that's what he said.
Yes,
right. So at first I was thinking, whoa, this is very big, just chin chai, hire me. But after a while, you know who you want to hire lah. But at first was we did not know everything is really a learning process for us. So that's how we actually start to build our skill set when we interview people and then get to know people.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is there necessary like a like a playbook? Okay, if you hire this person the first time, okay, step one you have to do this. Step two, or is it like different for
Ah.
each agents?
Okay, every agency will have their own SOP,
Okay.
but I add on further for
Oh,
my
but
own
so
team.
this is determined by the agency, lah, not you.
Really, nowadays it's more like a lot of people wanting to become more senior,
Okay.
right? They want to become a leader, but first of all, they have to lead themselves first.
True.
If they don't set an example for themselves, then how are they going to convince other people to follow them? So for me, what I normally would start to do with is actually look at what is, if I'm an agent from agency A, I'll ask what is the agency A giving me in terms of the SOP, right? And then there's already going to be a system you just follow. But you, as a team leader, you normally will have your own SOP on top of that company's SOP, so that it makes you more different from other team leaders. So that's over how many years? 10 years. So I kind of work out a SOP for my team also. Whoever that comes in, they have to go through the company's training, then the wider team's training, and then my team's training.
Okay. Is it okay if you can share with us like a snippet of your SOP?
Okay.
Your own, like your own, not your agency one.
Okay, my own. Basically, it's really the whole rangka, the whole rough framework from the company, the agency.
Okay.
Then you add on more things. You add on more support. Add on. Nowadays everyone is using a phone, WhatsApp or Telegram, right? So what we suggest is that everyone starts to have a lot of different sort of productive tools. How do you call it? Productivity tools.
Like those apps, lah.
Like those apps that's installed into their phone. Yeah, and then but before that, we want to sit down. I will actually want to sit down with them and see what they want to achieve. Let's say they start on the 1st of January, how much they want to achieve by the end of the year. Then I will try to sort of break down. Let's say if an agent wants to earn 120K in a year, so I will break down. Okay, every month you need to earn 10K. How do you get that 10K? Yeah, because my background is pretty much like 90%. Yeah, is more on the sub-sale in Mont Kiara.
Yep.
And KL, Bangsa, Hatamas, the area. Then now I have already switched on to take on this project site. So I will have 2 sets of SOP, but pretty much the same. It's just adding on more tools for them.
Understood. But do you determine though, like they have to, okay, this person have to do sub-sale, or this person have to do projects, or you just ask them what you want?
In the end, it's more because everyone is different, right? But we have a set rule for them to come in. In the end, it's more like taking ownership of your own work, right? So let's just say, Vince, you want to join me. Yeah, you want to become a property agent. I will give you the pros and cons of sub-sale and projects. It's up to you to decide, but I will give you a lot of guidance along the way and give you tips, give you task lists to do, right?
Is it like a weekly thing or a monthly thing?
A weekly thing. Yeah, a weekly thing.
No wonder this guy got 2 assistants lah.
No lah, it's really more like a systemize everything lah. Because after a while, you wouldn't want to have a team of only 2 people ma.
Okay.
Right? Your team must be growing. After a while, a team when it is growing, you need to systematically plan everything. Put things into, like nowadays, everyone is using Google Drive.
Yep.
Google Sheets, Dropbox.
Have a system lah, basically.
Have a system of everything.
lah.
Everything you can just copy and
Yeah,
paste.
so your time spent less on that stuff.
The time spent less on managing people. You want to give them more higher level sort of advice and stuff like that.
Got it. All right. So can you share with us like the struggles you are facing during the recruitment process, and can you share with us how did you overcome it?
Well, the struggles of recruiting. Okay. Nowadays, as you just mentioned, recruitment ads are everywhere, right? But the people, how do you decide to go and choose whichever agency?
Whichever got Ferrari in the ad lah. Have you seen those ads or banners? They just post like be a boss CEO.
Yes.
Drive this, drive that.
But that's different way. I respect them if they own a Ferrari, right? But main thing is okay lah. The branding is the external. Sometimes it's more. The first impression is what you see in people when they dress very nicely with a very flash car. That's the first impression.
Yep.
But you need to go and meet them and talk to them. See what is behind those flash cars, the watches, the whatever, right? Because that's where you need to find out what they can actually provide you and how you can actually fit into his team, his SOP.
So it's actually the other person's punya decision making lah, I would say.
Yes. So this is the trouble is this is a big sea of recruitment ads out there with all these flash cars and all this. Totally respect, but main thing is if you are to join, right? If you are to join as a property agent, go and ask, talk to them, have a yum cha with them, right? And then find out what they want, they can provide you. And then secondly is find out whether you personally are going to do what they are doing, right? And then the other thing is, are they promising you too much that you feel that it is too good to be true?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Everything needs effort, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't just turn up at work one day and then within 1 week you close deals.
Yeah, 1 million
right?
already.
1 million. Yes, there are cases that is like very special cases, unique
The
cases
unicorns
because ngam someone got a case, they just park for you lah, but then park for you lah. Later you have to still give back the money.
It's just to show,
just to
taste
show
a little
lah.
bit lah.
Yes. But the main thing is really about the team that you're joining and whether they are actually going to be supportive or not.
Got it.
Yeah. And then really dig deep into the team culture. The team, whether they got discipline or not. Are you going to be guided or not? Yeah.
But here's my question though, like you said, discipline and all, team culture. What if there's a black sheep in your team? Would you decide to let him go or have a chat?
Which is why I would say on a monthly basis I will try to talk to each and every one of them physically.
One-on-one?
One-on-one.
Wow.
If I can, right? Yeah. Sometimes we are not really that free, but I'll just really pick the right person to talk to. And if you say there's a black sheep, well, if he's a black sheep, let him be the black sheep. No problem. As long as the black sheep does not, how do you say?
Bring other people down.
Yes.
But that's the question though. If let's say that's a criteria.
Is
there a firing in real estate agents?
Firing, yes, we do.
Okay.
It's not really like write a letter to fire you lah.
It's just
At
get out.
some point, no, we're not that impolite. We are actually quite polite.
Okay.
We give reminders lah, WhatsApp reminder or something like that. After a chit chat, just WhatsApp reminder.
Like reminder, please get out.
Not really like that lah. But the main thing is, everyone has their own way of doing things. If they are black sheep, they might be like a very top performer. They want to do their own thing. Let them do their own thing. Because your team, let's say my team got like 30 people. There's 2 black sheep. Let the 2 black sheep do their own thing lah, because they think they can do a lot more sales. Let them do, because everyone is different. But in the end, as long as they don't tarnish the image of the team, right? Go out and do some other dodgy stuff, undercut, go behind people and
Still other people listing.
Yes, that's not something we would tolerate lah. Yeah, we give like 1 or 2 reminders. Yeah.
Please don't do that. That's
Please
it.
don't do that.
Wow, very kind
Well, we don't hit people.
not hit lah. We're just like, bro, sorry, find another team lah.
Find another team. There are some times we do that lah, but not very often, because different team members have different sort of phase in life.
Yep. Yeah.
Ngam that time, they are the black sheep. They think they can do everything. Let them do. But as long as they don't tarnish the image. Secondly, is at some point when the sales is so big personally, they want to build a team. They will still need to build a team. So let them build the team. Yeah, then we will come in and help to guide them, because the agency I'm with, we've got so many leaders above us.
Yes, it's a big ass agency.
Big ass agency.
I don't want to say.
So the agency, they are very supportive also. The team, the wider team, also very supportive. Sometimes I myself may not be in the same wavelength with a certain team member, someone else up there might be able to come in and help out a bit. No, a quick 10-minute chit chat. Sometimes will just spark a person's mindset to become more productive.
That's the thing, though. I don't see that in like other real estate agency. Like it's most of it is like do or die kind of situation.
Yeah, do or die. Sometimes it's not really about sometimes you recruit a certain agent who is like a senior. For me, I would not go for like, well, if you want a certain percentage, I'll just give you. Yeah, it's not like that lah, because it's really about culture. If you give you like the maximum tier, you can't perform, it's still zero, right? You still need some sort of guidance. Just come. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I heard a lot of like weird stories about real estate agent like killing each other. I heard this once recently story was like this agent called another agent for like checking out the house, subsale house lah, and then ask information and everything. And then the next day, that particular agent that called put a banner there. This is
this is something we wouldn't tolerate. We wouldn't tolerate because we want everything to be black and white.
Yes, but then you know this kind of things are like you know there's a lot of black sheeps and then just ruining all the good people out there.
We have encountered that lah. We like what you asked.
Is it because of that team culture are they trained for? Like I don't think this is like they come up with their own self idea. Okay, I go churi the other person listing. Is it because of the agency or the team members?
Maybe let's say if we are to recruit someone from another agency, right? And that other agency might have this sort of, not every agency is actually respectable, reputable, but just that there are some bad apples.
Yeah,
there are some bad apple who actually have this sort of culture, and then one of the agents decide to just move over. Let's say move over to my team, and then we found out. We will still give them a reminder. Do not do this. This is not our company team culture. Yeah. So it's not like originally they want to do stealing, listing, this sort of stuff.
It's just from their former team.
Yes. So that's why we are here to, we are team leaders, team managers, and also we want to motivate them, want to educate the industry to have more professional agents around lah.
Okay, understood. Yeah. All right. So listeners, if you're listening until now, thank you for listening, and hope you got some, value from managing your team lah. So right now we're gonna be talking about marketing and how right now marketing for real estate agents quite getting harder and harder because of the saturated market out there. So from your own point of view, how do an agent do his marketing or his and her marketing to stand out in the market?
Okay. I'll tell you a story.
Again,
a quick story.
Long time ago or just recently?
Okay, long time ago when you were trying to get in front of camera, in front of media, it was quite hard, right? 10 years ago when you were trying to put your face in front of some sort of a media, it's quite hard. Unless you always go on Facebook lah, right? Apart from Facebook.
No, I think Facebook's really dead.
It's not very dead. It's just that it's saturated.
Yeah, too many ads, man.
Too many ads, yeah. But the thing is, back then, it was hard. Let's say if you want to get in front of a newspaper, let's say some major property newspaper or publication, whoa, people were looking at it as if like it is very, very grand or something. But now, if you want to get in front of camera, a lot of free media. You don't have to depend on newspaper publication. They don't have to depend on TV, right? Because you are your own TV. Yes, you are your own media company.
For the younger generation, TV, go search it up lah. Hey, there are some people they will be like, what is a TV?
YouTube now people look at YouTube lah, right? YouTube is from the phone.
Yeah, phone or iPad. Now, I don't think people got TV anymore.
Yes, so that brings to the point where nowadays you have to understand that you are your own media company, just like you are your own media company, right? You have so many social media which is free. Don't buta go and do ads without knowing what to dump money into.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But the question is that I know it's free lah, but everybody knows how to use social media now. Even when they're going to any agency, they will say social media, Facebook, blah, blah, blah. But how do they going to stand out?
How are they going to stand out? Okay, basically, again we talk about Gary V.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You can
Why?
see who he draw inspiration from.
I draw inspiration from these people because these people are actually the ones that sort of motivate us, give us some sort of a aha moment, right? Just post only, and then interact. You say that your social media is not really working because you're not interacting with people. That's why you don't get enough engagement, the likes, the comments, or something like that. Because those are the people who will algorithmically bring crowd to your channel.
Yes.
Yes, always engage. Yeah.
So a little thing to add up from Kevin's when he say engage, right? Also remember when you're posting the contents, right? Make sure it's the content that you yourself want to watch. You know, sometimes I do see other agents, right? They just pakalia post anything. Maybe what is difference between freehold and leasehold? The same shit topic over and over. Maybe one suggestion is like updating. You know, now TikTok is like the trendiest thing ever compared to like Instagram and Facebook or LinkedIn as well. So TikTok, it just takes like 30 seconds just to open the phone and then record.
Yes.
Maybe I do believe agents will get more information regarding about the current market trend or the like increasing rates and maybe you can give your own point of view like your interests kind of thing.
Yes, that is something for people who want to really start off lah.
Yep.
I wouldn't say they are not good, right? But really start off with something because not everyone.
Not everyone can be in front camera.
Really, not everyone. Yeah, but you
Speak
have
for
to
somebody.
really, you have to start off with in front of camera doing something that is got scripts.
Yep.
Yeah, no script, then you buta say, and then you blurb here, blurb there, no point, right?
And then conversation, what the hell you talking about, bro?
But the thing is, I got this sort of tip lah. When you are doing any sort of video, just record only, and then later you got all these CapCut, InShot, all these apps that can help you to
Giving us out of business also.
no, it's different. Okay, on camera, this one is different because this one is very professional type. You need to go for really professional one, go for Vince, right? For the really like
The on the go, like
on
you
the
just want
go.
it fast
Yes,
one.
yes.
CapCut lah. I mean, it's easier to use. Even myself, sometimes I also like very sian to open my own laptop and all, just edit straight from the phone lah.
Just as long as you create content and then engage, create content and engage. Easy. Yes.
Okay. I think it add up to engage, right? Maybe you can just stalk other agents. Don't like stalk and see, okay, what they're doing, I also want to do. Maybe what they're doing, you can comment on their profile, say, hey, it's a good idea. I want to know more. Like engage with your other peers, I would say lah.
Yes.
Okay. So we are coming to the last questions of this podcast, which is quite serious, I will say. Like even for myself as a home buyer, with the right now, as we know, I don't think we are facing the effect seriously like how it used to be like few years ago, like during the crash and all. But right now, as the recording is, they say is we are in the recession already, global recession, because the global GDP has been rate for two quarters. So now also they increased the rate. OPR also they increased. Just from your own point of view, as an agent, how can they be more helpful towards their home buyers during this time? Because I'm pretty sure 2008, when you say 10 years, during that time you also face kind of recession kind of thing, right?
Okay. Because 2008, maybe I was much younger. I didn't really care too much, right? But honestly speaking, because right now the OPR has increased, right? From my point of view as an agent, we always still need to update our clients, even though our clients read it from different sort of newspaper lah or online lah or Facebook or anything, right? Here now is really a good time to be ahead of your client, to give them the news, right? As a property agent, it's more about keeping them informed, right? And then secondly, see whether they are looking to sell or to buy, right? And at some point, I think, from my point of view, I think the market supply is just nice, right? It's just the demand that may be a problem in a sense that a lot of people buying a property would not know how much are they eligible to borrow? Is their credit record nice or not?
That was the problem though, when I first bought a property.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about it. When I asked the agent, they also give like skin touching kind of
Yes, which is why as a property agent, what we do is we will give ancillary service.
Yep.
What we call that is, let's say for example, Vince, you want to buy a property, 500K, right? And if I'm a property agent, if I'm your property agent, I will ask you how much is your current commitment, right? And then quickly, on the back of my head, I can sort of tell you how much are you eligible to borrow, and then from that amount, how can it translate to a property price? Then only I start to look for a property for you. But also at the same time, right now, some people are looking at lelong lah, right? Some people are still looking at projects. You know, there's no right or wrong. But at the same time, going back to that, okay, I know how much you are eligible, and also I'll actually introduce a banker or a couple of bankers, right?
Okay,
to
help you
talk
out.
to to have a look at your credit record, secrecy toss, anything.
That's the thing.
Yes,
when
yes.
it was a very shitty experience for myself. I didn't. The agent didn't do shit. I did all about myself one. Like my own credit record and all. Like I have to go to the office and ask for the papers. Like really.
I'll tell you why. Because the current market is like this. A lot of property agents out there. A lot. Just Chintai, go to any property website, you'll find a lot of agents. But from a buyer's point of view, you want to look for, in Chinese we call peng leng zheng, very cheap, worth the money, right? And very nice.
Got like that, man?
Yes. Actually, no, don't have, right?
Very cheap but good.
You must strike a balance lah between all these three elements. But the main thing is, you as a property buyer, potential buyer, you go online and search for every single Tom, Dick and Harry agent out there, which is why everyone's, well, I'll have to say this, a lot of property agents are sort of killing each other to try to get that buyer. So instead of doing that, you should actually find a property agent who is more professional to assist you, and only look for that agent. Because you look for agent A, and then after I giving you the service, then you look for B, C, D, and until the end you say, oh, Kevin, I already found a property. Thank you for the advice. So which is why it becomes like a frustration for a lot of property agents, right? But which is why we come into the market to really try to make this a more professional industry, because we are really a professional. Just that, well, the market don't really look at us that way. They expect everything, or I want everything from agent A to agent Z. So many agents, I only want the cheapest. And then when they find the cheapest, their own personal credit record is not nice, and then they cannot buy. So that becomes like a frustration. Everyone's like blaming each other, but it has to. Everyone has to have a start to have this sort of understanding that when we are dealing with someone, we want to try to bring the agents come out yam cha lah, interview them, see what they can actually offer you. Right?
I don't think the agent who wanted to sell me the property want to yamcha with me, because I fired him. I fired him after the second time meeting him. He didn't give me any information. I just like, thank you. I think I go for another agent.
Cannot blame lah. Everyone is trying to recruit people to come into and join this sales industry, but end up this sales industry is become flooded.
Yeah, I think less training lah for that person. Yep. Okay, so to recap what for the question about how to stand out in terms of a recession, is always be first to your clients lah. Like clients view, like any updates you see, always update them lah. I mean, I myself also sometimes when I see something, I will update to my existing clients like, hey, there's different changes in between Instagram. Now Instagram is becoming TikTok.
Yes.
Now Instagram wants to go back to being Instagram.
Yes. The latest algorithm, they talk about it, right?
So all of that. Sometimes I also as well. I just send if they don't know also lah. Like even YouTube, just keep up to trend lah. So yeah. So anything you want to add up before we end this podcast?
Well, I would like to thank you for inviting me to come to this show. Very honored to be on this show. And
Quite busy some more.
Yeah, you are quite busy. You are busy. Okay.
This is like second time we rescheduling the
Yes. Last time I was busy, right? So yeah, sorry being late for like 5 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, it's fine. 5 minutes Malaysian time is still early.
It's not really my style, but yeah, trying to find the place. Okay, but the thing is, yeah, if you want to do some professional videos, yeah, look for Vince.
Yes.
And then if you're looking for a property to sell or buy, look for me. Right?
Oh,
if
you
you're
wanna
looking
be-
to join property,
I put the
look
link
me.
below, don't worry lah. Too hard sell already, too hard sell. Don't worry. Whatever information we talked about will be the link in the description below. But if you're listening in Spotify, I think you need to go to our YouTube channel and look from there lah. Yep.
Yeah, and yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Alright guys, thank you for watching and thank you for listening as well. And always guys, go out there, discover, connect and inspire. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.